bum bum ba da dum da dum dum. Or it should be like, guess who's back? Back again. Fifi's back. Hide your men. Wait, no, not that. Okay, so it looks like everything. I love this now that I know how to set all this stuff up before I go start streaming, so I can just hop right into it. I don't have to do all the hoopla, hooply hoopla, hurrah blah. That is like, okay, yeah, just making sure. Just making sure. We want the analytics up there. Alright. Let's roll! Roll that beautiful bean footage. What's up, Landon? How are you? So I spent the last couple hours rearranging some stuff. I wasn't a huge fan of how I had the dairy farm, so I have put a different cow barn back here, and I have moved all my shop stuff over here and the silo, so we're in the process of moving everything over. Holy fog. Jesus Pete. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. What's up, Ram1? How are you? And what's up, Cody? How you doing today, sir? God, I can barely see the freaking driveway. Oh my God. Skirt. Start overloading filler. Good, good. Just doing stupid stuff. I mean, same. I think I should run the other one, because this one is only one, where the other trailer I can take 2 crops at once. Oh, found a giant hole with a 4-wheeler. In real life or in a game? In a game, fun. In real life, what dug it? That's all I'm saying. Bigfoot with his red rocket dug it. Alright, park that there. Oh yeah, I can run this too. Move, witch! Get out the way! Get out the way, witch! Get out the way! Why Ludacris never released that song with like a spooky beat and changed it to witch for a Halloween? You can make like a Halloween style version of that song. I think it's a missed opportunity. Kids Bop could have done it too. Move, witch, get out the way, witch, get out the way. No? Is it a good stupid? Is there a good stupid? This is the way I live. I don't know, because I mean, my argument is, when I was a teenager, me and my friends shot fireworks at each other in a cornfield and ended up setting the cornfield on fire. Did we have fun? Yes. Was it stupid? Very. Does that make it good? I don't think so. that's all I gotta say about that. This is the way I live. Oh no! Traffic collision at the Wawas! Oh no! That's what I call fun stupid. I mean, yeah, fun stupid, but that's not good. One moment, so it was in real life a hole. It's a giant hole. So that leads me to say, what dug it and why? Especially if it's a new hole, that's even more concerning. If it's been there for a while, okay. But if it's a new hole and it's big enough that you launched your quad into it, okay. Well, now you're just ruining all my fun. Like, I was gonna say it was Bigfoot. Bigfoot was digging a hole to take a shit in, and you guys interrupted him. And if that was the case, then, you know, you probably deserved it, okay? Bigfoot's just out here just trying to take a shit, and you guys are riding your quads around and being all annoying, while Bigfoot's just trying to take a shit. So, you deserve it there. But if it's an old one, then you're just ruining all my fun theories I have in my demented head. I think I found his hole. Was it the right hole or the wrong hole? Wait, he would only have the wrong... Never mind. Don't ignore me. Oh my god. This fan on this freaking server PC is gonna drive me absolutely insane. I'm gonna have to replace it. It is dry. It just squeaks like crazy. It's driving me up a damn wall. That's what I was fiddling with before I started streaming. I told you, I shut it down for a week and it just does not know how to act anymore. I told me what, I was like, if I shut this down, it's going to be an absolute miserable when I turn it back on. And it's been nothing but a miserable since I turned it back on. Dish flocking guy, that's me. Okay, you left out flocking, but I thought flocking would be a good addition there. Just, you know, like for, you know, future disguise. You know, you wouldn't hurt to add a flocking in there every now and then, wouldn't it? Just saying. Caw-caw! It's that flocking JT. Just got done with my uncle's funeral, so keeping it PG tonight. I mean, flocking is PG, but sorry to hear about your uncle. But he is related to you, so I don't feel like he would keep it that PG. I don't know. I feel like your whole family just swears and farts all the time. Now I know JT's first name. JT's first name is Jeremiah because he was a bullfrog. True story. His full name is Jeremiah Terrence Bethards. True story. I forgot what button I need to push. There we go. But will you be around tomorrow? No, I will not. Because I'm going to wrestling, feller. I'm going to be on TV. Oh, yeah. You're going to be on TV. I'll be here next Saturday, though, for sure. Won't be the Saturday after that, though. Because Saturday after that, we're going to, hopefully, I gotta ask my dad, and weather permitting, we're going to go hang out at my dad's. But tomorrow's wrestling. But the next weekend, next Saturday, the 23rd, I will for sure be here. I will sure be here with bells on, sir. Did he kiss the prince and turn him into a human? That's what I heard. That's what I heard. It was a prince named Toby. He was the prince of Traintown. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, filler. I don't know. I'm excited. I know it's AEW. It's not WWE. And it's not like the same production value. I understand that. But I have never attended a TV taping. And I figured the only way I would ever be able to attend a TV taping would be to go to Philadelphia or Baltimore. And I freaking hate both of them. I love Baltimore. But I freaking hate driving in both of them, I should say. So, you know, I really want to go to the ones the shows they've held in the ECW arena. Just I hate Philadelphia. So the fact that they're gonna be in Salisbury is kind of cool. And Mark Briscoe has confirmed he'll be there. So that's cool. He's gonna be on TV. Wow, Phoenix on TV. That's gonna be hilarious. Well, I'm not gonna be like center screen. Oh, well, technically, well, not center screen, unless they like pan over me. But I will be able to be seen from the hard cam, for sure. For those of you who don't watch wrestling, the hard cam is on the side of the ring, like. So if you're looking at the ring from the entrance stage, it's always to the right. It films the crew, or films the fans on the left, and I'm smack dab in the middle of the ring on the left hand side. So I think it'll be funny that I'll be the only one here who knows who to look for. Exactly. And I'll just put it this way, JT, I'm going to have a very eye-catching shirt on. So that way, because I was looking at my wrestling shirts, and I was asking I was like, which one should I wear? Like, I had a Samoa Joe one, and I was like, Samoa Joe could be there, and I really, really like Samoa Joe. I was like, but this one is really obnoxious. And this would make it really easy for me to see myself on the playback. I was like, so I'm thinking about going with it. And she just rolled her eyes at me. I love my wife. Yo, Phoenix, what do you look like? I like to describe myself as Hagrid from, or not Hagrid, Hagrid from Harry Potter. You're a wizard, Harry. Oh, JT. I ran into Brandon's doppelganger down in Virginia, okay? But he was the polar opposite. He looked exactly like Brandon, okay? He had the orange hair, he had the glasses, he had the face. He looked exactly like Brandon. But he had a mullet fro. He had a mullet that was also an afro. I can't. And it was red too. I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. He had a sleeveless shirt on. He was even built like Brandon. He looked exactly like Brandon in that picture, except he had a mullet and a fro, and he had a tattoo of an American flag and a bald eagle on his arm. And he was getting himself a brisket sandwich. I was like, my wife thought I fully lost it. I was like, that's Brandon if Brandon didn't grow up under power lines. Well, maybe he did. Because he was just the opposite of Brandon, but also lived under power lines. But anyway, I was just like, that's Brandon's doppelganger. But the fro mullet was next level. I lost my shit. He had the work boots on, the dirty blue jeans. I don't think Brandon would wear a sleeveless shirt, but he had like ample amount of man titty hanging out the side of it. I was just like, if this guy had a third nipple, I would be convinced it's Brandon. And that was a temporary tattoo on his arm because he thought he could pick up chicks. I thought I was going to lag right into that freaking truck. I looked it up, it's a big white bird. I've never seen a white phoenix, but okay. No, that probably wouldn't, like, if he wasn't Amish. Yeah, if he's Amish, he wouldn't be allowed to have tattoos. But I got so excited because I was like, that's Brandon. It's 100%. And then I realized, like, the full picture settled in, and I was like, holy shit, boys. By the way, beaver nuggets are great. Brisket was meh. Beaver nuggets were great. The slushies were frustrating because they wouldn't melt. I just wanted a sip. It took me like a half hour in between sips because nothing was coming out. So dumb. Bucky's beaver nuggets, yeah. We stopped in 2 different Bucky's. There's one in Virginia. It was about 5 hours away from me, and then of course the one down there. Both of them were absolutely freaking nuts. Oh my god! You would think, especially the one in Virginia that's just along a highway and that's surrounded by like dairy farms, you would think we were in the middle of New York City with as many freaking cars and people that were up in that place. It took us an hour. We stopped into the one in Pigeon Forge the day we got in Pigeon Forge. It took us an hour to get out of the parking lot. We didn't even go in. I've gassed up, pulled out. My wife's like, I don't want to deal with this crowd. I was like, me neither. Pulled out. It took us an hour to get out of the freaking parking lot. Okay, it's not in Pigeon Forge. It's technically in Kodak, but there was a fire truck there. Apparently, apparently there was a house that burned down. That I guess they stopped in there, and there was just, it was total chaos. It's a mess. It wasn't so bad. We stopped in the morning we left to head back home. We stopped in there, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at all. Gas prices were like the best around, though. That's the sad part. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's crazy. I like, so we stopped in the one in Virginia first. We stopped in there, and it was chaos. It was chaos because like they have their own exit off of the interstate. It bypasses the light, so you just it's completely curbed in, so you just wrap around into their parking lot. So okay, that's on if you're heading north, or was it west or east? I don't remember. Anyway, on the way down you have to get out and cross over, but it was like one by one people filing in there, and of course I need to stop for gas. Why is this? There we go. So I stopped in, filled it up, and then we went and parked and went inside, and I was like, why is there so many people in here? Like, this place is huge, don't get me wrong, but anyway, I got pissed. So I went to the bathrooms and I walked around the corner. You walk down the hallway and you walk around the corner. I was just like, the fuck are these lights? I was like, wait, green means open, red. I was like, that's the neatest idea I've ever seen. Why aren't we investing in this for every bathroom, every public bathroom? Just a light on the door. Green if it's good. Red means go home. So I went in and they didn't have those stupid freaking tissue paper covers you put on the seat. No. They had a little hand sanitizer station thing set up in there, and a little foam thing that you put on some toilet paper and you wipe the seat down. I was like, why are we not investing in this in every public bathroom? Like, this is a must. Sorry. Then we went out. I got a brisket sandwich, and I was like, "Why are we not no?" I was like the brisket sandwich. I was more impressed with the bun on the brisket sandwich than I was the actual brisket sandwich. Brisket. Call me crazy. Didn't like the brisket burrito in the morning. That wasn't. So we stopped in there on the way into Pigeon Forge. At the one in Kodak, Tennessee, gassed up, but it was complete chaos. So we ended up just leaving and going to get pizza after an hour sitting in parking lot traffic. And then on the way home, when we left Pigeon Forge, we stopped in there and got breakfast. We went to try the breakfast, so I got a breakfast brisket burrito, and it was more egg than anything. Like, I barely taste the brisket, so I was like, yeah, that's meh. Sausage sandwich is good. Sausage, egg, and cheese on biscuit was pretty good, but wasn't, oh my god. I still think Royal Farms reigns supreme in gas station breakfast sandwiches out of all the ones I've tried. Got here in Richmond. I like Buc-ee's, but my favorite place have to be the I-80 truck stop in Iowa. Isn't that the one that's been all these teeth because it's so massive? Isn't that what I'm thinking of? I don't really have a purpose of going to Iowa I'll ever visit that one. Yeah, why is Bucky so anti-trucks too? Like, all of them had signs at the entrances that just had trucks with X's through it. Well, that's pretty effed up if you ask me. What map? This is a modified version of Owendale, Michigan. Owendale, Michigan. I also love how Airbnb review system works, because we had an incident with our Airbnb host, and I just let it loose in my review. And then, so the way that the Airbnb, if you guys don't use Airbnb, the way it works is you write a review. You each got, I think it's like 2 weeks to write a review, the host and the person staying. And then once the 2 weeks is up, if one party, or I guess both, don't write one, it's off. And if one party writes a review and the other one doesn't, then it gets posted, because then the other party can't write a review after. But if both parties write a review, they get posted earlier. So I wrote mine out, and I just I let loose about how just scummy these people were. And I read their response, and it was just like, they were a pleasure to have. Bet they regret that one. Oh my God, shut up, fan. Shut up, fan. It's just constantly squeaking now. At least it's not as loud as it has been being. I guess I got that going for me. I say something that gets louder. There we go. Boy, if you don't shut up, I swear, I will drop kick you out the back door. Bye computer. Well, it's a server PC. Won't be missing much. That thing has been, I mean, it's up there in age. Give me sorghum. No live stream tonight if Phoenix drop kicks his computer. No, I can still live stream. It's not my main computer, it's the server PC. just won't be any server. Oh, is this empty now? Freaking sweet, man. Shell. I'm good. Okay, different computer. Yeah. Different computer. Turns out he was not good. You sure about that? I'm just chaotic good, okay? Okay. Say hello to my real friend. Oh, I'm sure, alright. Okay, whatever you gotta tell yourself there, little feller. Bye! Could really go for another peddler steak. Yeah, I could go for the salad bar at the freaking peddler right now. Oh, you didn't know? Yo, you better call somebody. We're playing on a modified version of Owendale, Michigan. You a doctor? You know, some might say, but I say those people are just no fun. So, you know, maybe it's them that needs a doctor, a fun doctor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Back it up. Back it up. Okay. Are we done with this field? Is it all harvested? It is. Okay, what's this field? Grass. Okay. Do we have... Where are these fields up here? Well, that's corn. And then this is alfalfa. Sunflower. We have to do that one down there. Alright. What? Phoenix eat salad? Dude, I love a good salad. And if you're ever in Gatlinburg and you want to go to a nice restaurant and get yourself a really good steak, but also have probably one of the best salad bars you've ever had in your life, go to the Peddler Steakhouse in Gatlinburg. 10 out of 10 would eat again. Their salad bar, oh my god, everything is, it's like fresh and like flavorful. But I do love me a good salad every now and then. Do you know someone who has had their tire stolen off their vehicle? Like, in actuality, no. Have we done it as a prank? Yes. But I've never, like, never in actuality, someone just, like, stole someone's tires. We have removed the tires off people's vehicles as pranks back in high school, but I don't think it's like ever like actually like a serious thing. I think that's a city thing. I live in a little ass town in Podol. Now, I've known people who had their tires slashed. Never stolen. Detroit is a good place for that to happen. Makes sense. Makes sense. It's Detroit after all. Wait, we've already harvested that. Why did I not finish plowing that? Do I have a... I guess that's my... Oh, because I did... Okay. I know what I was doing now. I feel like Detroit, Chicago, New York, probably Baltimore, certain parts of Philadelphia. Here, your converter is going to be cut off. You gotta have locking lug nuts. Yeah. Yeah. That would solve it. It's not gonna stop them from slashing your tires though. No my, yeah. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. That reminds me, have they announced any other matches? Last time I checked, it was only one match. No my. Well, one match listed. Yeah, it's still only one match listed, but Mark Briscoe said he was going to be there, so pretty sure he's going to have a match. Only match so far announced is Divine Dominion, a 5-minute tag team championship eliminator, which probably means it's going to be a squash match. They're just gonna wreck some local wrestlers. Bulletproof tires. If you can afford bulletproof tires, I don't think you're gonna be living anywhere near somewhere you get your tires stolen or slashed. Just saying. Just saying, feller. Just saying. Boom. 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 Bom, 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 bom. Why is it so foggy in my corner of the map? Why can't this be over at PJ's corner of the map? He's not here. Oh, there goes the fun. Where'd it go? Is this empty? Yeah, okay. That's Buster Yui! Let's blow this popsicle stand! What the? AI smarter? Than what? What are they smarter than? Because they don't look very intelligent to me. Just saying. What's up, Aaron? How are you, sir? Oh, yo. And that's how you do it. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. Do 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 do. Thunder road, and the lightning strike, bam, bam, bam. They still aren't fixed. Excuse me, pardon me. Oh, hey, look, there's PJs. Oh, never mind. Just look like them. Boy, oh boy, why'd it get so dark? That's a weirdly... That's a weird house. I ain't gotta worry about no traffic because they're all stuck back. Oh, wait. I spoke too soon. You are my fire, the one, the Leon. When I walk in that way, when we are two worlds apart. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry. Heartbreak Kid. I know I'm sexy. Got the looks that drive the girls wild. Got the moves that really move them. I send chills up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy. A sexy boy. Not your boy toy. Boy toy. Just a sexy boy. Sorry. If you don't break out in the Shawn Michaels music at least once a day, are you really even living? I'm Phoenix. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Oh, is this the field? That's not the field. Oh, that's grass. Don't pay me any mind. I'm bigger than you, and you know it. I'll turn here. Use this little area. This is probably where I'm gonna put some chickens. I want them chickens. How did I turn into a rage monster? Woohoo! Oh man! Why does it feel so good to stretch? Oh god! Oop, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Because you're over the age of 30. Oh, stretching. I was like, how does that make me the rage monster? They didn't know Cat made a combine. It was in partnership with Class, wasn't it? Because they're the Lexion. Yeah, they were a thing. I don't think they are anymore. I don't know. As don't know has it works. Skirt. La 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 la. By the way, you're back early from your trip. No, I'm not. How do you... How do you figure... I was only gone for a week. How do you figure I'm back early? It's a fook? Are you smoking? You said 3 weeks. No, I haven't. No, I didn't. I wish I could go on vacation for 3 weeks at a time. I wish I had that kind of money. What the heck's going on? Hello? Okay, the game's frozen? Yeah, I never said I was going away for 3 weeks. I said I wouldn't be around for the next 3 Saturdays. The heck? Because that's the force. I don't know what's going on with it. It's frozen. It won't even, what the heck's going on here? Oh wait, I'm still alive? Hello? This is I'm live. Okay, it finally crashed out. What the heck was that, dude? I thought my computer crashed. That was weird. Oh, you got no, it's freaking graphics driver updates. Every time there's a Windows update or graphics driver update, I always have issues with my games. It never fails. Never freaking fails. Okay, the farm sim's just not going to open now? Like, what the... When was the last time you played ATS? Oof. What was the last date that came out? Louisiana. Did I play? I played Louisiana, didn't I? Did I play Louisiana? For some reason, I don't remember playing Louisiana. I remember playing Iowa. I would say whenever Louisiana last came out. You should play ATS. I've played ATS, and ATS is one of those games that I get bored of real quick. So I need fresh content. So that's why I usually only play it when the new DLC comes out. So they're getting ready to release a new map, aren't they? Probably play it then. Probably not before. Do. Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call some. Do they have Kentucky? No. They haven't reached the East Coast yet. East Coast is so far away. I mean, they're working on adding cars to the game before we get to the freaking East Coast. It's like, why? Things we didn't ask for, Steve. They probably saw how popular, like, the Ford and Dodge from Rudda has been, and they're like, we bet we can make money off that. Quick, let's rush it into the game. Been working so hard. Where's Steve been? I miss Steve. This is usually his busy time. Like he coaches. I think. Don't they do cross country around now? Or yeah. So he does a lot. He does. He's a cross country coach. I think they're running cross country now. I could be wrong. And Steve's an old man. He's older than I am, and he's got 2 kids. He spends time with and everything. So, and a wife who needs time. His kids are younger than mine, so my kid is quite content being alone up in a room. His kids aren't. Oof, that was so loud. How many kids I have? 2. One's grown and out of the house. The other one likes to think she's grown. Why would you turn and leave that? It's because of the tree. That's probably because of that tree. We're gonna have to cut down that tree. Quick! Get the chainsaws, Billy! Your wife get a promotion mode? Yep. She was promoted before we even left for vacation. She was the 3 weeks prior to our vacation. She was in training for her new promotion. Our Style, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the vlog. Oh, hey, look, Tony's coming in. Tony, not Toby. Your name is Toby. Topster? You know anyone with that name? Toby? Yes. Used to know, I should say. Have you watched Alvin and the Chipmunks? Do you mean the movie, or you mean like the old school cartoon? Because I used to watch the old school cartoon. Yes, I've seen the movies as well. And yes, I have the Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas song. Me, I want a hula hoop. We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't be late. Good evening, Chad the Lad. How are you, sir? How was your vacation? Really good. I can't complain. Other than the first 24 hour, well, okay, the 24 hours to 48 hour point. Other than that, it was amazing. Maybe is what the term toaster came from. Dave's nephew called himself while he was gaming. Okay. And congratulations, Chad. Christmas time for cheer. It's a little too soon for Christmas time. We still gotta get through summer yet, sir. Oh, shiitake mushrooms are full. Boom, 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 boom. Bum 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 bum. I don't think you know what the term gone wild means. We'll be right back. I have to take a quick pee break. Sorry. And I am back from said pee break. Whew. Master Yui here. Whoa, 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 whoa! Just mowing down the crops. Jesus, Pete. I gotta get footage. Kick off my Sunday shoes. No. Nom 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 nom. I heard it helped when you turn the combine on to harvest. That's smart ass. Sippity. If you want your tea, it's in the harbor, aka Buzz Tea Bar. Well, you didn't say that correctly because it's harbor. You want your tea, it's in the harbor. Get it right. In the harbor. Dun, dun. Dun. Hey Phoenix, guess what? Chicken butt. Hello, Mr. JWB5. How are you, sir? Jesus loves you. Okay. It's good to hear, sir. Ooh, I need gas. Let's just pull this over right here like so. Just right here like so, just like this. And we'll shut her off. Then we'll go over here. And we'll get our fuel truck. And we'll roll. Well, I would appreciate if you tell Jesus that he's just my gardener, and nothing will come of it. Thank you. Cruising, yeah, yeah. I got him. I'm sorry. This is moving. Gotta unfold it. Really not close enough? The heck? Do I have to open this? Heck yeah, filler. I didn't hit the combine. That's how I parked it. I am being honest. I didn't touch it. check your footage. Don't have to. I already know. Just checked it, and I did not touch it. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Alright. Let's debate. What's the best fast food? Really only one answer? It's not much of a debate because I was going to say Chick-fil-A as well. Now, I love fast food, like, more. You know what? Other than getting like a spoon or something, I've never had Chick-fil-A screw up my order for one. Food's always hot. I've never had cold food from there. I have had times where they've overcooked the fries. But other than that, like I've never really had a bad meal from Chick-fil-A. I can say all the other ones I've tried, I've had at least one bad experience from. McDonald's, I can count probably 1,000. I think we can all agree that McDonald's sucks. No, McDonald's doesn't suck. I'd say McDonald's is like, I'd put McDonald's middle road for me. Because every now and then I really do just want to make chicken, and some of them fries. If you get a freshly cooked, properly cooked French fry from McDonald's, Hands down better than any fast food fry out there. No one tops it. No one tops it. I almost did it again. But very rarely do you get cooked to perfection fresh fries from McDonald's. Like, I put McDonald's above Arby's. I like Arby's food better, but it's crazy expensive. And okay, I should say I like their fries better than McDonald's, because I do love me some seasoned curly fries. But every time I get a sandwich from there, it's always kind of mediocre. Like, nothing to write home about. I would definitely put McDonald's ahead of Hardee's right now. If Hardee's brought back their hand-cut fries, 100% Hardee's all day, every day over McDonald's. But ever since they switched to crinkle-cut fries, nah. Like, they switched to crinkle-cut fries and didn't get the memo on what makes crinkle-cut fries really good. Because they made them so thin that it's just like, it's almost like a chip at this point. You're eating hard chips. I'd put McDonald's. I'm trying to think of others. I definitely put McDonald's over KFC. KFC is probably like bottom tier for me. Ever since they switched their freaking chicken tenders and potato wedges to be like thin nothingness, bottom tier. Hardee's got some really good burgers. Not denying that. It's their fries and it's a regional thing, so not all Hardee's have the crinkle cut fries, just my region. It's so stupid. I guess because we're close to the beaches and, you know, hand cut fries at the, like, because we have what they call boardwalk fries here. It's like the hands, the fresh slice, like they take the potato, put it through the slicer, deep fry it. So they wanted to do something different. I don't know. Wendy's is above McDonald's though, but still very mid. Like they're neck and neck. I do enjoy me Wendy's because they have my favorite nugget on the market now. Since Burger King switched from the crowns. I don't know if you guys remember the Burger King Crown Nuggets. Those were far superior to what they have now. But Wendy's has got the best. Okay, next to Chick-fil-A. We can't. Chick-fil-A's in a whole sphere by itself when it comes to chicken nuggets. What other? Oh, Cane's is up there. Cane's is, I'd say Cane's is like definitely top 5 for me. Cane's is, I really love their, that's a proper well, the crinkle cut fry is really good, but it's not, it's supposed to be meaty, I guess you could say. They're thinner, but still they got that pillowiness in the middle, so I'll give them a pass. Their sauce though is what's amazing. What other fast foods do we have? Have I had Whataburger? No, we were gonna try it because they have one down there in Tennessee now. But we ended up going to a local burger joint instead and was so unimpressed. We probably should have just gone to Whataburger. I really wanted to try it, and then on the way we were like, well, we've been wanting to try this place the last couple times we come down here, so maybe we do it instead. And I was not impressed whatsoever. Okay, what else needs to be harvested? So that's harvested it. I guess we could swap to the corn header. They have one in Tennessee. Yeah, there's one in Pigeon Forge. Or excuse me, Sevierville. It just opened like a couple weeks before we went down there. We replaced Steak and Shake, and I gotta say, Steak and Shake had a good burger. The garlic steak burger from Steak and Shake was pretty good. Checkers was also, I've only had Checkers a couple times, it was pretty good. They also have a In-N-Out they just put in Tennessee. It's not in Pigeon Forge area. It's outside. I think it's like in between Pigeon Forge and Nashville. But you want to try a Steak and Shake? It was good. They had what they call a garlic steak burger. It was really good. Fries are just kind of meh. The shakes were pretty good, but the one that's in Sevierville, the Steak and Shake that was in Sevierville, got it replaced by Whataburger. They're starting to do that, so I'm guessing they're getting rid of Steak and Shake and just switching them to Whataburgers. Brandon, I ran into your doppelganger on my trip. Sonic near me sucks, and low key it's crap. Sonic used to be good back in the day, like the early 2000s. Sonic was so good, so freaking good. And then it went way downhill around here. The food's just is not in it anymore. But back in the early 2000s, Sonic was freaking delicious. But I'm telling you, he looked exactly like you. His face, in the face, you two look like twins. The difference is, okay, I explained this earlier, JT. The difference is, he had an afro mullet, a redhead afro mullet. I was just like, because when I first saw him, I was like, why does that guy look familiar? And then more looked him in the face. I was like, that looks like Brandon. But this dude had a full-on afro mullet. Like, it was spectacular, actually. It was. Have you ever considered growing an afro mullet? Anyway, he was wearing a sleeve. Like, he had the boots on, the jeans, like from the foot up to the waist. Looked at like exactly what you would wear. Then on top half though, he had a cut off sleeveless shirt, and he had an American flag tattoo with a bald eagle. So like 5 people got food from Sonic. Believable. I believe that. I totally believe that. But he was in Virginia at Buc-ee's. So I was like, Brand wouldn't be in Virginia. So I knew it wasn't you. But God, it looked exactly like if he was standing next to you in the picture of you in the in front of the plow truck, 100% would have thought you two were twins. Oh my God, I love Buc-ee's. It's yeah, Buc-ee's pretty good. I don't know if it's all the hype. Like, it's neat. You can literally find just about anything in there. But the food is just good. Like, it's not great. I feel like the brisket is way overhyped. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I actually like. My wife got the turkey sandwich that they have up there with the brisket sandwiches. She got it, and I think I liked it more than what I liked the brisket. But the beaver nuggets, oh my God, those are good. Gotta unfold that. Their burritos are pretty good. Well, I had the breakfast brisket burrito. Say that 5 times fast. Jesus, Pete. And I wasn't impressed. It was mostly egg with just a little bit of freaking brisket in there. Like, I couldn't taste. All I tasted was egg. I couldn't taste brisket whatsoever. So, wasn't a fan of that. I did like the sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich though, or sausage, egg, and cheese on biscuit. I didn't know they had burritos. I know they have breakfast burritos. I think they do have like lunch burritos as well. I don't remember. The place was so crowded that I didn't. If it was like half as many people in there, then I feel like I would have spent more time walking around and looking. But there were so many people in there and so many freaking lines where the breakfast burritos were, because they were at the counter where you get like the beef jerky and stuff. And there was the lines were just so long back there. I was just like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, breakfast ain't too good at Buc-ee's. Yeah, I feel like I said this earlier. I think that when it comes to gas stations and their breakfasts, I think Royal Farms breakfast sandwiches are still the best that I've had. Like, Wawa's breakfast kind of sucks, and the only thing that's good at Royal Farms for breakfast is their breakfast sandwiches. They do have some really good options when it comes to breakfast sandwiches. Wawa kind of sucks. I do love me some Wawa lunch and dinner, though. I do love me some Wawa lunch and dinner, but their breakfast is just kind of meh. Same with Sheetz. I'd say Sheetz is a close second to Wawa or Royal Farms, but I think Royal Farms still takes the cake. They have a Texas cheese. Oh yeah, that's what my wife was thinking about trying the Texas cheesesteak, but it's got had something on it that she wasn't too keen on. Thanks. Do you like Zaxby's? I've had Zaxby's twice, and both times really enjoyed it. Enjoyed the food, I should say. The service at both the ones I've tried were just kind of lackluster. Like, I think I waited like 35 minutes for our food at the one we went to in Knoxville. We waited for about 35 minutes for our food. So my wife and kids were sitting out in the car while I was waiting inside, because we went to drive-thru and they were like, "Oh, can you park and come in and get it?" And I was like, "Well, that kind of defeats the purpose of drive-thru, but yeah, sure, whatever helps." So then take the food out, and I'm looking through. They forgot my freaking sandwich. I had to go back in and wait another 10 minutes for my sandwich. I was just like, this is... And I haven't been back to one since because of it. The first time, while they were polite, like, they just kind of, like, dilly-dallied. And it's like, if I'm sitting here in the drive-thru for, like, I was in the drive-thru for, I'd say, a good 10-15 minutes waiting for them to make my order there. But it was good, and they were really polite. They were just slow. So after having two very slow experiences at Zaxby's, like, I haven't had the desire to go back to one. But the food was good. The Wawa commercials on YouTube are cringe. I love Sheets. I haven't seen these commercials, but Wawa definitely better when it comes better food, hands down. Their burgers a lot better, and I get it's a gas station burger, but Wawa's burgers definitely better than Sheets. Wraps definitely anything sub wrap wise, Wawa destroys Sheets. You ever had Chicken Express? Never heard of it, so I'm gonna go with a no. The grilled chicken sandwich they have sucks. Are you talking about Wawa? I don't get the grilled chicken sandwich. Dude, if I'm going to Wawa, I'm getting an Italian wrap, or the gobbler if it's November. No, Zaxby's. Oh, I've never had it. Grilled chicken. I had the first sandwich. I think I just got the chicken tenders the first time, and then the second time I got the Buffalo Ranch chicken sandwich or something like that. Basically, it was just chicken tenders on a piece of, like, Texas toast. It was really good. It's only Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. 4 states I've never been to. Alright, let's go ahead. We'll empty this out. Ooh, ice cream truck. Texas is amazing to come visit. I don't know. I don't like heat. So Texas is just like a hot place, and I don't see myself. I mean, Texas seems cool. Like, there's stuff that I wouldn't mind doing in Texas, but then again, I look at the heat, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's worth going. I like cool temperatures. This is why I vacation in May and not the summer, because I like like when it's in the 60s and 70s. Once it gets in the 90s, then I'm just like, I don't really want to go do stuff. So I'm not a beach guy. The winter and fall aren't that bad. Well, I can imagine, but I don't know. I've never really had the desire to visit Texas. My next state that I visit, though, is definitely going to be Georgia. I really wish that I could take my dad down there and just visit, like, just take a day and just drive around where he was born and grew up at down there. I've never been, so. Hey Phoenix, the guy who made the IH200 series brush truck is making a CV series rescue engine. Yeah, I saw that. Wait, like you if you haven't been, if you're not in Jesse's Discord and you haven't been keeping up with what he's been doing, just wait. You won't care at all what people are doing in Farm Sim 25 when it comes to fire stuff. Jesse is a freaking madman, and he has done in the past, I'd say, couple months, stuff that we've wanted since Farm Sim 17 was the thing. I can't express enough how happy I am that I was mean to that kid all those years ago, because to watch the stuff that he's accomplishing now is mind-boggling. And when I tell you, when he finishes it and I get my hands on it and I make a video, everyone who has not been keeping up with his server, their minds are going to be blown on what he's been working on. I want to visit South Carolina just for Darlington Raceway. I've been to South Carolina a couple times. Up until now, like, I've driven through North Carolina. I've never stopped anywhere in North Carolina. So I've always driven through North Carolina. So I don't know if that technically means that I've been to North Carolina. If you just pass through. But this past trip, we actually stopped off in North Carolina on day 2. So now I have been to North Carolina. Nice map. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Tried Culver's for the first time today. I've heard good things. I've thought about trying. They have a Culver's down there in Sevierville as well. I'm going to North Carolina in October. Nice. My favorite racetrack was always Bristol, and we go through Bristol on the way to Pigeon Forge. So every time I go, it's Bristol, baby. It was alright. Sorry I haven't been for a while. I've been busy still. Me too, man. Me too. It was alright. I've heard people say good things, but we were trying to do local businesses when we went on our trip. And I should say all but one. Well, no, two. Well, the one... We weren't happy with our meals at two places. And one of them was a local place. The other one, I guess, is a chain. They have a couple different locations. But everything else was delicious. Delicious. Also bought FS25 recently and being taught how to mod. Nice. Congratulations on learning, sir. So many people don't want to. Bum 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 bum. I love Coldest. It's amazing. Never had it. My county got some new patrol cars this week. Nice. So I got my wife before we even left for our trip. So I've been borrowing my dad or my stepmom's Pathfinder because she has another vehicle and it was just sitting there and she doesn't like it sitting there. So if I come up and need, like, my dad needs help with something, I can get up there to him. So she's like, just take it, use it. And she's like, can you drop that back off here before you go on vacation? I'm gonna need it. And I was like, yeah, for sure. So I told my wife, I was like, I want to put a little bit of gas in it before we drop it off. So you go ahead and head up there, and I'll stop from gas and meet you up there. Well, I usually pay at the pump, but for some reason they're not accepting pay at the pump currently, so I had to go inside. So I go inside, I come out, there's a police car sitting directly behind me with its lights on, and I'm like, oh. As I started walking closer, I noticed that he had someone, like, because he was sitting at an angle, there was someone on the other side of the Pathfinder that he had pulled over, but it looked like he was sitting behind me with his lights on. So I sent my wife, I took a picture and sent it to my wife. I was like, I got a little delayed, but I'm on my way. I get there, she stand out on the step, and she was just like, I was freaking out, I thought you got pulled over. I was like, no, he had another car pulled over on the other side of me, but it looked like he was behind me, so I had to get a picture. They're the 2023 Silverado 1500s. We have one or two, I think. Huh. My town's got two F-150s, I believe. I think they have two. Because the picture I got was one of them. My favorite truck brand is Ram. Hey, me. You mean Fiat? Sorry. Or no, what's it, Stellantis that owns it now or something? The F-150 do look sharp. They do look sharp. I just don't, I hate how they butchered the Durango. The Durango used to look so damn good. and they absolutely butchered it. Butchered it. My town, for the past, like, God, like 10 to 12 years, I believe, has had one of the coolest looking paint schemes around me that I've seen. So they had like a blue, like a dark, like it starts off as a light blue, it kind of fades to a darker blue stripe, and then down the center of it, it's yellow. And they had like the patch on the side and everything. It was a good looking paint scheme. It looked really, and then they took all that off and just put giant blue letters that say police. So generic, so ugly. I can't believe they butchered my boy like that. Then the city and my county bought some 2022 Durangos too. I can't believe they butchered my boy like that. They stripped the freaking paint scheme off the Durango and put the new one on there. And I just whoever made that decision, I want to slap them so hard. Just, I mean, it should be like, because we have the Kiss the Pig event. We should do like slap the whoever's idea that was event. We've got 3 Dodge Chargers and 1 or 2 Challengers for police cars. I think got Ram 1500. They used to have all Chargers here. They had like 5 unmarked Chargers and then 1 marked Charger. And then they slowly start switching all the Chargers over to Tahoes. And they had like 4 or 5 unmarked Tahoes and 1 marked Tahoe. And then they made one of the unmarked Tahoes a ghost marked Tahoe, and now I think they've gotten rid of all but 3 of those, and then they got rid of the older Durango. They kept the newer one. They've got a Ford Explorer, and they got 2 F-150s, and I think all the Chargers are gone. The marked Charger was the last one that was hanging around. It's gone. I think they got rid of both Caprices as well. They had 2 Caprices, 1 light bar with Steelies. The other one had hubcaps and was slick top. Those were sharp looking cars as well, but I think they're gone as well. The county's doing some interesting stuff as far as emergency vehicles go. We don't have county police here or sheriff. Newcastle has county police, but down here in Kent and Sussex, we don't have sheriffs. We have sheriffs, but they don't have any policing powers. So, like, we elect the sheriff, but they do like evictions and like property sales and stuff like that. They don't actually have like patrol cars. They don't have any policing, but like they can't pull you over here. Sussex County Sheriff was trying so hard to get them to be allowed to have police powers, but the state shot it down. So here we have state police, and then we have city police. Then up in Newcastle does have a county-wide police department, but they usually, I think they're mainly like up. Well, once you get up past like Middletown, it kind of turns into more city areas. We're going on a fleet service through Enterprise Rentals, and all police, DOT, and small fire vehicles will be on a renew to be replaced with new ones. Wait. You guys do. You guys lease fleet vehicles from Enterprise? That's wild. State just buys them in like bulk and then auctions them off when they're done with them, or they don't run anymore. I'm pretty sure the city works off like they buy them themselves or they lease them from somewhere. Okay. Okay. What is happening right now? My screen's just blacked out. This is... Oh. I absolutely hate freaking graphics driver updates. This is annoying. Apparently that's what they're going to start if I have the right enterprise down. Wow. That's crazy. I didn't even know Enterprise did like police vehicle. Like I know they rent fleet vehicles, but I didn't know they had like police options. That's crazy. Of course, it's going to take forever to restart. We used to run all Crown Vics. Excuse me, 2011. Oh my god. 2011 Chargers, 2008 Chargers, 2007 Ram 1500s, a couple of unmarked 90 Jeep Cherokees, and a 1990s Hummer H1. Dang. See you, Aaron. My town, state used to be strictly Crown Vics. That's all they had. And then when the Tahoes, okay, except for the punch buggy, they've always had a punch buggy since like the 70s, but they were strictly Crown Vics when I was younger, and then they start with the Tahoes, not the current ones, the ones before that. I want to say it was like the early 2000s Tahoes, or excuse me, late 2000s, early 2010 Tahoes, where they switched over. They were running Crown Vics and Tahoes, and they kind of switched everything over to the Tahoes. They had a couple Caprices, I believe. They've had a couple of Explorers and a couple of Durangos, but only a handful of them, and they don't last long. So I think that was them like exploring other options, and then they quickly went back to Tahoes. But my town was the same way. They ran like the late 90s Crown Vics, and then they got a couple of like the mid 2000 Crown Vics, and then they switched to like when the first Chargers start coming back out. They had, I think, a couple of those, And then they went full in like the 2014 body style Chargers. They switched everything to Chargers. And they had that for a while before they went to all Tahoes with like 2 Caprices and a Charger. And now, like, it's just kind of everywhere. So they have a Durango, they have Explorer, they have a couple of F-150s, and still have some of the Tahoes. 2008 Tahoes, I believe so. I think it was 2000. I think it was 2007. Maybe it was like mid 2007 when they switched over to the new body style. Hell, my town's fire department still operating a 2006 Tahoe. Everybody around us, every single fire company around us has brand spanking new Tahoes. When I say a brand spanking new, and my town does now have one, but the fire chief still prefers the 2000. It's the 2006, so it could be even earlier. I want to say it's the 2006. He's still riding around in it. So they had 2 of them. I think one was a little bit newer, and they got rid of it. It was the white one that said fire chief, and now the fire chief's riding around in what was the old Command 50, the old 2006 Tahoe. And they have a brand new Command 50, which is, I think it's like a 2025 Tahoe. But the fire chief was also in the town's police department. And at one point in time, he was the police chief before he retired and became the fire chief. Even when he was with the police department, he was still driving around the older, like, they had already bought all new top, like the 2018 body style, before what they're using now, the new Tahoes. They all switched to those, and they went out and got an older one, and that's what he was driving around in. So I think he just prefers that body style. He is also a bigger guy, so I don't know if that gives him more room or what. His police Tahoe was sharp though. It was unmarked, all black, slick top, like, thing was lit up. Do. But it was just wild because they were still using the old, like the 2006 Tahoe, and everybody around us had new Houston, smaller fire department, brand spanking new Tahoe. Actually, I think they have 2. I think they have 2 Tahoes, because I think one they use as like a medic, and then the other one is the command vehicle. Felton, smaller fire department, had brand spanking, and they upgraded each. So like each new body style, they upgraded their Tahoes or their command vehicles to each of the new body styles. Meanwhile, my town was still rocking a 20-year-old vehicle. So I really think it's just that the fire chief prefers that body style, or like I said, he's a bigger guy, so it might have more room and he's more comfortable driving it. I don't know. All I know is my rental vehicle for this trip was a Dodge Durango, and I absolutely fell in love driving that thing. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna cost me some money. So the last vehicle I got for a rental that I really enjoyed was the Charger, and we got this time a Durango, the same color, and both of them were fun to drive. I think Charger was a little bit funner to drive because it hugged them corners a little bit better, but that Durango, it was so smooth, and it sounded pretty good as well. So I think my wife has fallen in love with it too, so I think our next big purchase is going to be a Durango. Cut loose, a foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. So my county is switched the color scheme on the sheriff units. Hopefully they didn't butcher it as bad as they did here. Man, they butcher. Okay, the only one that like people have updated their paint scheme here that I like is Dover's. Dover, for their 100th anniversary, they used to have like all black, which I liked their skin before, like their liveries before. Like I don't have any complaints with what they look, but they were all black with like the white lettering and the patch on the side. But they switched it because it's their 100th anniversary to, it's like I don't know if it's black or it might be like a really dark blue with a white stripe down the side, and it's just like, yeah, I hate what Delaware State Police did. They took the blue stripe off the side and took the crest off of the side and just put a diamond that says Delaware State Police. So dumb. So dumb. I think we had like a very simple, good-looking state police skin, like compared to what other states have done. And it was just a simple, the dark blue with the yellow stripe, the Delaware crest on the side. Beautiful. It was so simplistic, and they just stripped it down. So now it's just all blue with a diamond on the side. It's like, what the frick? They're going from tan with brown lettering to now silver metallic style with white lettering. And a couple of black Ram 1500s with white lettering for the sheriff and chief deputy. It's not bad. That's why I like the R so much, because like so many state police cars are just white. Like what, Indiana's white, Ohio's white, silver, and some black, I believe. Wyoming's white, silver, and black, I believe. Like they're all just like basic colors, and then like my state stood apart because it was a dark blue with that bright yellow stripe on it. So good. And then they ruined it. Absolutely ruined. And my town had, again, one of the prettiest designs in Delaware for sure. One of the coolest I've seen around. And then they butchered that and just put giant blue letters that say police. Pictures in Discord. I don't see any messages in Discord. NES switched to the 60s paint scheme. I don't know what that is. Can we all agree though, Michigan's patrol cars are ugly? Absolutely ugly. I used to hate Californians as well, but it's grown on me. I do kind of dig California Highway Patrol's vehicles now. Or paint schemes, the white door with the black car. Or even the white, the all white, the supervisor colors. You're gonna make me look for my towns. Hold on. All right. Oh yeah, they have a marked A152. I guess Milford's police department has their new style, which it's a couple years old. It's better than what it was, but it's still not as good as the old silver schemes they had. Police cars. Oh, I like that. That's hot. That's hot. If you put it in the police section. But here, I put, so the Durango is the old paint scheme. The Explorer is the new. See how the design was just so nice? So simplistic and so nice. And then how they just absolutely butchered it. Absolutely just freaking destroyed it. Here, let's find Delaware State Police. So we can show you how they ruined their vehicles. Boom. Gotta cut loose, a foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Okay, here's Delaware State Police. The first one's going to be their old paint scheme. The second one is going to be their new paint scheme. It's so ugly. Oh, here. This one's actually better. We'll remove that one. Delete that. And we'll put this one in here. So you see how like the yellow stripe just added so much to it? I don't know. Could just be me. Alright, back to farming. And we're full. Durango's nice. Yeah, Durango was awesome. And the guy who, I don't know what happened to him. He was the one that originally was driving that Durango. Used to follow me on Instagram. He still follows me. But I haven't heard from him in a while. But he used to like all my pictures I posted and everything. And then something happened, and he went down to Greenwood, and he was like a lot of times he was the only officer on patrol down there, and then they hired a couple other people, and then he like disappeared. I don't know what happened to him. The Durango is nice. Yeah, so the paint scheme that's on the Explorer is now what's on the Durango. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Go ahead and empty this out right here. High quality H2O. Wow. Excuse me. Oh. Just say, why wouldn't let me enter the vehicle? Open a sesame. Man, I miss that truck. That was such a good truck. Tools. There we go. We need to put this. Put that right there.
Hey there, stranger.
Oh, almost didn't recognize your voice.
Been a little while.
Been a little bit. I should say, my wife's schedule still is normal now, but it's more normal than it has been. Should be back to regular times.
Yeah, I think well, obviously considering that we're both here now, I was like, I think I timed this week out right, because I know that there was a couple weeks of that and then you were going away.
Yeah, so I wasn't home last Friday.
Yeah.
So right now they're still down a manager, so she's gonna cover. And like next week she's closing like 3 or 4 days because the one manager can only close every other week because she's got her kids every other week or something like that.
Welcome to the world of more responsibility.
Yeah, I was like, well, she shouldn't have been made a manager. She couldn't work the hours.
Yeah, but then once you get up into that level, it's just like, it's all about like being able to do that.
Yeah. So soon as she
like
finds so the guy that filled her slot was one of their assistant managers. So now she's gonna find someone to fill his slot, and once she does that, she'll only be closing one night a week.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the way it goes. You got to pay your dues, and then it'll balance out eventually. But that first part rough.
They really set her up. So they all knew she was going on vacation, where her vacation was booked. By the way, screw you, and also you're a genius, and I'll get to that in a minute. But they all knew she had on vacation. They waited to start her training until exactly 3 weeks before she left for vacation. For some reason, she had they offered her the job like 3 or 4 weeks before her training actually started. So they had all this time to fill the dude. So as soon as she accepted the job, the guy filled her slot, and they've still yet to fill his slot. So it's been almost 2 months now that the spot's been open. No one's filled it.
Yep.
So there's that issue, and then of course they take her out for 3 weeks to go to another store to train. Yep. So they're operating on what should be 4 managers, they're operating on 2.
Right.
And then, of course, she goes on vacation, and then she comes back, and next week's inventory. So she's been playing catch up all this week, and now today was the first day they had to start. Like, they're not allowed to do anything. They got to flip everything and keep everything. Like, they can't stock anymore, nothing. So I was like, they really just they threw you into the deep end. They're like, hey, yeah, you know what? I hope you can swim.
That's just kind of how things are now. Like, I can very much relate at
and then
at my job. Like, currently, it's like the exact same thing. I feel like it's just chaos all the time.
And then the first week of June, their store's going through a remod. So, she's just one thing after another. But to circle back, screw you for recommending Airbnb, because that first day we were in the Airbnb, I was so pissed off. I was just ready to just start smashing windows.
I told you, though, I did give you a caveat to that. I said it wasn't going to be, like, it's hit or miss. It takes some getting used to. And it's unfortunate if you have a bad experience, like your first go-around. It really sours you to using Airbnb again. But you can just get unlucky. It happens.
So I think what happened was, like, the people who stayed there before us, it had been a couple weeks in between, and they just didn't bother to come and tidy up before we checked in.
The next guest came.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 weeks of nothing.
Yeah. So, like, there was, like, the outside furniture was just completely coated in like a thick layer of pollen, so we had to, like, wipe those all down. There was dead bugs everywhere.
Okay. Well, I mean, if that's the stuff that you're going to complain about, then
we didn't complain. We cleaned it all up. Like, we swept up all the dead bugs. We wiped down all the furniture. Didn't touch the hot tub because the water smelled really bad and it was like slimy feeling. So we're like, yeah, no, thank you. But we didn't complain about it. My problem is the next day, there's an outside camera, okay? Keep in mind, we booked it. We've been in communication with these people for 2 months prior to us checking in. Even the week beforehand, I messaged them. I was like, this is my first time in Airbnb. I'm just making sure everything's all right. Everything's still in the books. Everything's good, because I hadn't heard from them. And they're like, yep, everything's good. We'll send you your code the day you check in. Everything was like, cool. No mention of all of this place being for sale. None. So I don't know if I don't know if you've ever been up into, like, the mountain where the cabins and stuff are. It's like twist and turny roads. Well, the whole way up this driveway, there's sign, like, arrows with the address on it is, like, pointing the way. So then when we get to the bottom of the driveway area, the actual drive up to that specific cabin, there was another sign with an arrow on it. And I thought it was just pointing towards the driveway. So I was like, okay, cool. Boom. Got in, cleaned up all night. Got up next morning. We were going to go to breakfast. Sit down at the breakfast table. I get a message. Oh, hey, by the way, I'm pretty sure you noticed the sign. It's for sale, and we want potential buyers to come view the property today, like 2 hours from then.
Okay, so you just got, like, super shitty Airbnb.
Yeah. So I told them, no, we're not comfortable with that. And they, for the entire day, and I have the messages the entire day from 9 a.m. all the way up until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they were just pushing for us to, like, it's just going to be 20 minutes. They even offered us $100 to do it. And I was like, that's not even the price of a day. So, like, no.
Like, make your stay free.
Yeah. I was like, we didn't sign up for that. No one told us. We even contacted you a week beforehand, and you had every opportunity to mention it and ask us how we feel about it. you didn't do that. And they're like, well, we can't stop it. It's going to happen. And I was like, okay, well, I'm reaching out to Airbnb. And quickly it's like, okay, we canceled all showings during your stay. I was like, all right.
No, there shouldn't have been scheduled showings anyways. So,
well, I contacted Airbnb and they said they told from what Airbnb told me is that you have the option to accept the showings or not. Like, you can say no, but you can also allow it. It's really up to you. Since that they did not disclose the properties for sale, and Airbnb's policy, they are required to tell you when prior to you booking that it is for sale, and they didn't do it. It was on them, and I'm pretty sure Airbnb then reached out to them like, "Hey, why are you not, informing your guests?" And that's when they backed off. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, it might be my first time, but no, I didn't ask for any because we didn't have any problems for the rest of the time. We stayed there.
No. It's about so the Airbnb people violated Airbnb's property or policies to your detriment. You can fully go to Airbnb and be like, I want a refund, and they will give it to you gladly, and it won't impact anything.
Yeah, I've already left my review and everything, so it's too late for that. I know. I got my rental car for free. Like, they refunded me my entire amount. And it's like it's not on the books anymore. Like, if I go into my account on Enterprise, it doesn't show up anymore. So I'm okay with that. Yeah. So I got my full money back. And I mean, the guy was kind of a bro. He was just broing out when I went to pick it up. He was just the chillest guy ever. You wouldn't even think he was at work. He was just like there, and he was like, "Oh, cool, man, yeah, bro, yeah." And he was, and then when I dropped it off, I was like, "Hey, I just want to let you know," because they had to put air in the tire before when I picked it up. So when I brought it back, I was like, "Hey, man, you do have a slow leak in that front left." I was like, you had to put air in it beforehand. I don't know if you remember that. I had to do it once while we were gone, and then it's showing low again. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, yeah. Slow leak in the front left, yeah. But is a email receipt cool for you, bro? I was like, yeah, fine by me. He goes, all right, and everybody was cool to you along the way for customer service wise and everything. It's like, yeah. He's like, all right, thanks, bro. See you next time. Yeah, so long.
Okay.
And then like the entire I the next day I was like, I still haven't received my receipt from Enterprise. My wife was like, should you call up there? I was like, I don't know. And I checked my credit card app. It's like I have the full amount sitting in there, and then the charge is just completely gone. It's like, so I logged into my Enterprise account. The booking is completely gone. It's not even in my history. I was like, I think bro was just like cool that someone just didn't give him any problems in his day, and he was just so happy he just refunded the whole thing. But you're a genius because having a bathroom on a whole separate level from everyone else was the best thing of my trip.
Yeah.
I had a shit shack on the bottom floor. Yep. I was the only one that used that bathroom the entire time, and it was fantastic. Heaven. Yes, yeah. It was.
And the thing is like once you get a taste of that, like you're never gonna want to go back to it. Like you're just gonna be so let down every time you go to your bathroom, and you're like, oh, but like
see,
I could have my own.
I know. I'm so upset. Like my wife was like, she's like, I'm gonna miss the cat. I'm gonna miss the view. I'm gonna miss like not having neighbors and it being peaceful and everything. I was like, I'm gonna miss my shit shack. Mm-hmm. My crap closet.
Yep. It's definitely something that's underrated, but once you have it, it's like it becomes mandatory. Like that was our like always been our thing. Like we needed a separate bathroom, even if it was just like the little closet with the curtain, but it was in the basement, and it just for shit. And it became the standard requirement for every other place that we moved. Since then, it had to have at least 1.5 bathrooms.
Yep, that's my goal. When we go buy a place, I want a crapper completely on a different floor, just to myself.
Yeah. Listen, it's not unreasonable.
And I wasn't rushed at all. Like, none of that. It was just so peaceful. And it, like I said, so it had 3 floors. And the bathroom that was connected to our room, that was the bathroom my wife mainly used. And my kid was on the 3rd floor. And she had a whole bathroom all to herself, so no one ever came and bothered me. I was like, this is what heaven feels like. I was like, I used to make fun of PJ so hard, but dude's a genius.
It's just peaceful. It relieves the anxiety because I, like you, like it's home bowl or nothing. Only in like dire emergencies. And so getting that, like, not only is it home bowl, but it's like your own home bowl. It just gives you that added level of,
yeah,
like, just security.
I told my wife all this, and then one time I was down there, I sent her a Snapchat, and I was like, I could put like a wall mounted TV here that swings out. I was like, and then I could sit here and play games on. And she goes, now you're taking it too far. I was like,
I mean, that's what
think about it.
When I lived with my brother in a city, like I lived it was like a 3-floor townhouse, and I lived in this like spare room off the lowest level, just like behind the garage, and there was a half bathroom in there, but it was the shitting bathroom, which is like, you know, unfortunate that my room's right there. But my brother had this whole like setup, so he had a like flexible like arm extender thing for an iPad mount, and then he had the iPad there, and it was just like he had an outlet right there, so it was just plugged in, and it was just tied into like, well, it's mostly for like YouTube or mostly YouTube because the streaming stuff was really a thing back then. But yeah, so you could just like watch videos and stuff, and just like average stay in that bathroom was like half an hour.
that's what. So when they redid this place, they extended the closet that has the hot water heater and air conditioning unit. So now we just have a small little cubby hole between the wall. It'd be like perfect size for a half bath. I told my wife, I was like, I really wish that's what they did with that area. I was like, I'd be so much happier if that was just a half bathroom. Because you can't, it's not big enough to like do anything with it. You can't like put a TV in there. Nothing. It's not big enough to do anything. I was like, a half bath would have been amazing.
It's just a small luxury. Like, I also can't because, like, nighttime routines, like 45 minutes long. And like very casual. So like I need to have another bathroom. I need to have it. Just can't have like the option of just like that's the only bathroom.
The soggy part, though, is whenever I was in there and they flushed the toilets above me. The first time it happened, I thought the foundation had given out and we were going downhill. Like the wall shook and everything. I grabbed the sink and the wall that was on my left hand side, and I was just bracing for impact. When I realized I was still sitting in the same spot, I texted my wife. I was like, "What the absolute fuck was that?" I just flushed the toilet. I was like, you would have thought we just went through an earthquake down here. Everything was shaking. So, that was the only drawback to my poo closet. My poo pantry.
The little poo pantry. Yeah, I wish I had a picture of like the little space that we had carved out in the basement at the first place that we lived at, because it was like the size of a toilet and like maybe like an 8-inch sink, because it was like a corner sink, like smallest space possible. Like I couldn't there was a time when like we had the squatty potty, and you couldn't even use the squat. You couldn't put the squatty potty in front of the toilet because the wall was right there. So, like that's how small this room was, and it was all cinder block. And it was built after the fact, downstairs, because the whole foundation was like field stone. So it was made afterwards, and it was just this like tiny thing, but there was no door on it. It was up. Also, it was up 2 feet off the ground.
So you had to climb stairs.
There was a step stool to get up into it, and there was no door. It was just a shower curtain.
I remember the shower curtain part, but I don't remember you having to climb a ladder to sit on the toilet.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't a ladder, it's a step stool. But it was like a completely unfinished basement. We had our washer and dryer down there. And like I said, the foundation was all field stone, like cracked and whatnot. We just having this like cinder block thing jutting out. No ventilation, no nothing. No window. And yeah, it was like maybe 3 feet by 4 feet, maybe.
Oh yeah, and this place. So, the way the bathroom doors. So, there was our room. You had a door in our room that led out to the hallway, and then you had another door that led into the bathroom. And same with the bathroom. You had the door in between the bathroom and our room, and the door that led out in the hallway. If I stepped in a certain spot on my side of the bedroom, both doors to the hallway would pop open at the same time. The first time it happened, I was like, "Oh shit!" Because I was like, "Who the hell is coming into our room?" And I just watched the door just slowly open by itself, and I was like, "What the?" And then I walked in the bathroom, saw that door open. I was like, what the hell? So then the second time it happened, I was like, wait. So I went and closed them both. And then I told my wife, I was like, watch this. I stepped on that exact spot and both of them popped open. It's like, what in the absolute hell?
Yeah. This sounds like it was an older house.
No, it was just built last year.
Oh,
well, excuse me, at the end of 2024.
I was going to say, that's the second option. Because, like, those are the two types of houses that have problems. Like, either the ones that are new builds or the ones that were built in, like, the early 1900s.
The laundry room door, it didn't latch at all. So you close it and it popped right back open.
Yeah, well, I've got a couple doors here like that.
But it was nice. It was peaceful. We did have a bearing. Well, I shouldn't say we did. The Durango had a bear encounter.
There you go.
Come out. It was the day me and my wife went. We had our day out. My wife, like, I go to get in. My wife goes, dear, would you take a look at this? I'm thinking, I was like, oh shit, what happened? I was like, I'm gonna have to pay for this freaking rental car. Get out, walk around. The mirror's pushed in, covered in mud, and then there's a big muddy paw print on the window. And then you can see where it, like, he rubbed up against the side of it, and then put a paw print on the back, like, bumper area. I was like, whew, he didn't scratch it.
I've been terrified of that recently. The
really, again?
I don't think I've told you about my my lawnmower tragedies.
Oh no!
I don't have a lawnmower right now.
What'd you do?
I don't really know what I did. I don't know. But basically, like, I have to get the entire, like, fuel tank and fuel line and everything, like, completely, like, blown out and cleaned, because there was a bunch of, like, shit that got in there. And a whole thing, but I don't have a trailer, and my truck's not big enough to, like, load it up into. So I had to have them, like, come and pick it up. It's been a whole thing. It's like a month-long process. So I haven't had my mower for, like,
Lord.
a month. Yeah.
Luckily, your neighbor across the way is so nice, and he'll come mow it for you.
So I actually, he saw me, like, trying to fix it. Because actually, you know, like, I'm proud of myself for, like, rolling my sleeves up. And, like, I took apart, like, the fuel line and, like, replaced the fuel filter and was, like, trying out a bunch of things to try to get it to work. I even bought, like, an air compressor to try to blow out the lines and stuff. I was willing to do everything shy of, like, lifting off the entire, like, cap, like the green part of the mower, to access the tank. But I was doing a lot. But he saw me messing around with it, trying to get it going. And he was like, yeah, you can use my mower whenever you want. All this stuff. I was like, all right, thanks. And I came home from work one day because he saw that it got picked up. And the mower is just, like, sitting out like looked like a fucking, like, car dealership. It was, like, angled at, like, a 45-degree angle at the corner of his driveway. As if it were to be
use
for
me
sale.
sign on it.
Yes. And as soon as I got home, he was this guy, they have a pool, and they replaced the liner recently. and the dude walks out wearing like chest-high waders, rubber waders, into the street, and I'm like, "The fuck are you doing, guy?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, like there's a seal. We used to have LED lighting around the edge of the pool, and we replaced the liner. So now I gotta like caulk the whole thing. And I figured in the shallow end, it's easier to do it this way." I was like, "Yeah, okay. What are you doing in my driveway?" He's like, "Oh yeah, the mower. Yeah, you can use the mower if you want." I'm like, "All right." I was planning on
It's a
doing
polite way of
something
telling you to
completely
cut your grass.
No. He had offered the mower to me prior to, but it's kind of like on his schedule. So like I was planning on doing something completely different when I got home, and I saw the mower sitting there as soon as I turned the corner. I was like, "Fuck! All right, I guess I'm mowing the lawn." But I was talking to him. My whole point in saying this is, I'm part of the Facebook, like the town's Facebook group and stuff, and there's a black bear in the area, in the neighborhoods, and people post videos of it on their like trail cams and pictures of it from their ring cameras and stuff. But it's always like, a quarter mile away. And we were chatting, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, they, my wife was looking out the window the other day, and the black bear came coming through the yard." And he said, "So I got my truck and started honking the horn. I scared it away." And I was like, "Wait a second. So you're saying that like that bear's in this neighborhood?" He's like, yeah. And I was like, "Fuck me." Like we put out the trash at like 10 o'clock at night sometimes, and even in like wintertime, fall time, when it gets dark at 5, like if I go home from work, it's dark, and I've been scared shitless by the deer, because the deer don't care. They stand literally, it'd be like dark in the morning and I'm going to work, I go out into my truck and I turn it on and the headlights come on, and like the deer are standing like literally a foot away in front of my truck, and it scares the ever living shit out of me. And now I'm like, okay, so like the deer can just be there, but now I have to worry about a bear 24/7.
That's what, when we were at the day that happened, my wife she forgot her purse in the center console. She was like, "Oh crap, I think I left my purse outside." It's like, "Well, that sucks. It's gonna be there till the morning." She's like, "Can you go get it for me?"
No.
I was like, "Did you not see what the freaking vehicle looked like this morning?"
Yeah.
I was like,
What are we doing here?
I don't think so." So finally, I end up going to get it, and so I just cautiously open the door and like stick my head out, and I'm looking both ways. Luckily, the security camera that was outside had like the spotlight feature on it, so as soon as I stuck my head out, it just lit up the whole thing. I was like, "All right, I don't see any movement. I don't hear any branches cracking." I like hauled ass like around, so it was like you go out to the right of the door, go down like 2 steps, and there's a beam there, so I just like hooked my arm around the beam and slung myself around to the front door, grabbed out of the center console, slammed the door, made sure the doors were locked, and ran back inside.
Yeah.
She's like, "What, are you afraid the bear's gonna get you?" I was like,
That's
"Again, did you not
yes.
see the big ass paw print on the window this morning?"
Like, I know that men are supposed to be tough about everything, and it's just like, "Oh yeah, that won't bother me."
Yeah, but it's a freaking
Just
bear.
like, yeah. Like
That,
yeah,
in the hot
I gotta
tub.
take the trash out, and she's like, "Oh yeah, be careful of the bear," laughing, and it's just like, that's quite literally, it's not funny.
Yeah, because I come out
Because I'm fucking terrified to open up my garage door and bring out trash barrels that are filled with like the food that they'll go through. Out in, like, we don't have, like, we're in a rural space. Like, we don't have, like, it's not like lit. When you go outside, it's fucking dark. like real dark. And we don't have any exterior lighting. So, yeah, don't get eaten by the bear. It's like, are you sure that those are the last words that you want to say to me?
So, the bottom floor was my pool pantry. They had a pool table, and then like the other half of the downstairs was an indoor pool.
That's
and then,
literally all you need as a man. That's it.
Yeah.
You just listed the 3 things.
So, and then there's a door outside of the swimming pool room, and that's where the hot tub was. So I went down, and I didn't pay any attention on my way down for my morning constitution. I didn't pay any attention. Went bathroom. I come out, and when I opened the door, I saw like the cover of the hot tub sticking up. And I was like, "What the hell is that?" So I walked out closer to the window and looked through, and I was like, "Why is that look pushed in?" So I hurried up, unlocked the pool door, went through and looked out the windows out over the hot tub, and the cover that's on top, which was like this thick, like pleather cushion that was strapped down with like the dog leash, like the metal dog leashes that have the plastic wrapped around them, like on each side, strapped down. It had to be a bear. It's the only thing big enough out there. Pushed it down the one side down into the water, and I was like, oh shit. It's like, well, I'm glad I'm not getting in that fucking hot tub. That might be why the freaking water smelled off and was slimy.
I mean, that's probably true.
She's like, you really think a bear climbed up us? Yeah. I was like, how many times have we gone on these, like, I mean, this is our 3rd time down there. How many times have we gone on these, like, trails and seen him up in the trees? I was like, you don't think he can, the bottom level, you don't think he can climb up the pillar out there and just have his way on our back deck? I was like, for sure he can. But like one of the instructions when we checked in was make sure you take all trash out to the bear-proof bins out front. And so I was like, all right, I'm curious what makes these...
essentially just it's a fancy dumpster.
Well, no, so basically what they were is they were like... It was like a container with like... I don't know how to describe...
I know what they are.
Yeah, so, but the genius bear-proofing was, you know, the lid that you lift up to put them in, and there's just 2 regular trash cans on the inside. But it was just a screw that didn't even have a nut on the other side, hooked to a carabiner that was, like, it kept falling off. I was like, how's this bear-proof? I've watched bears...
Well, that's not even...
open freaking car doors. I think a bear can lift this up. Like, it's not that hard.
That's not even the bear proof. So in New Hampshire, we have like all the hotels and all of the like, condo complexes.
What's up, Steve?
Like
how you doing tonight, sir?
Airbnb places. Yeah, you have to take your trash out to the dumpster before you leave, and the dumpster is bear-proof dumpster. If you want to know what it really looks like, it looks like a regular dumpster, except it has like an iron bar that goes across the, you know, like the 2 plastic lids on the top of the dumpster.
Yeah.
All right, so there's like an iron bar that, like thin, like maybe like ½ inch thick, goes across the front of that, like the 2 lids, and you literally just like twist and pull that, and put your trash in, and then you just like push it back into place and twist it down. That's it. That's bear
Nice. I thought you maybe you were coaching or something. Well, see, the ones that are popular down there, they're like these.
It's like put a fucking log
They're
on it.
metal boxes that have like these like ornate designs on the side, and then it's just two regular plastic trash cans down inside, but they have like things that keep them closed. And I'm guessing what this one was supposed to be was a bolt that had a nut that you were supposed to put on it, but the nut was gone, so it was just a bolt, and if you lift up on the lid twice, the screw would fall right out. And it's like that's not really like I didn't have to do anything but lift up on the lid twice and it popped right out. As it, so I'm pretty sure a bear can get into that fairly easy. Because like I said, see all these videos, they know how to open car doors. Like,
I know.
You think they don't know how to open that?
Now that I know, like, the bear is actually like in the neighborhood at times, I've been trying to like rethink things. It's like, what's to stop the bear? Because like it's a drop off from our front area to the back area, and so the deck is like essentially a story and a half up off the ground. But I know that like the black stone and the grease and stuff will probably attract bears. And I'm just looking at like the side door and the sliding door and looking at those that are original to 1965. Like, I don't think this is going to protect us from a somewhat likely event that a bear smells something and
Bust open your front door or back door.
Literally all I would have to do, me, would be like stumble into the back sliding door, and I'm sure it would shatter to shit. It's like a bear would probably just like tap it and the whole thing would shatter.
Yeah, and you see that it happened while we were down there. There was a bear that burst into the freaking glass door of a candy store down there. Busted the door. I'm not making you feel any more comfortable right now. I know.
No.
What's up, Samuel? How
I
are
don't think
you?
people understand just like how, like, bears are funny and all that stuff. They can be hilarious, and they're also really cool. But I don't think they understand like how dangerous they actually are. It's one thing like looking at documentaries about them. It's another thing if like you're around and you know that they're also around.
I'm pretty good, Samuel. Thanks for asking. How did it get in your neighborhood anyway?
I live in like woods and
Yeah, but was
What
excited
land?
as your neighborhood is about seeing this bear. It's not, bears aren't common there. So how did he end up in your neck of the woods?
bears are coming.
Oh, so
Yeah.
everybody's just all excited over this bear that's not a.
Well, no, we have black bears up here all the time. It's just they don't show up in like downtown. It's
They
more-
must be learning from them Gatlinburg bears because they will literally just walk right through town and not give a care.
No, they stick to more like wooded areas. So like I don't have any neighbors behind me. So, and what's interesting is like across the street, a neighbor who like the bear walked through his backyard. Like they have direct backyard neighbors, because on the other side of that is like a relatively busy street. It's not super busy. It's just kind of like it's a road that has double yellow lines. Put it that way. So if it's crossing through the backyard over there, and in my backyard, it's literally just woods. Like, it's definitely coming around here. But they've learned. So they have the areas that they hang out, because, like, if you keep walking along the wood line from my house, it eventually leads to a park, and then behind that is, like, some conservation land. So, they're definitely going to be up here.
And we don't have to worry about it all.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with that down there.
No.
You're all set. No, you have to worry about your other neighbors. Those are like the most direct threats.
Oh. The best thing happened while we were gone. So, she went out and her car got repossessed. I don't know if I told you that much. It's been some time ago.
No, give me the high level though.
Okay, so they had a 2017 Ford Edge or Escape that they beat the living shit out of, and then she just like stopped paying on it when he got locked up, and it got repossessed. Like,
nice.
It was great. So the tow truck backed in and picked up on it, and my wife was like, "Oh, something might have happened to her car." And then I watched the driver jump out, check the VIN number, lift it, and go. I was like, "No, that's a repossession right there." I was like, he came in, hooked up, and booked it. So she went out and got this like piece of shit Scion TC that, like,
oh yeah, love those.
There's so many. Oh, this one's shit. Like the windshield was cracked. That
there was make Scion anymore. I don't think it's a real brand.
I don't know, but there's so many dimples in the side. It looked like someone used it for like collecting golf balls on a driving range because it was just riddled. Yeah. So, and then they had on the driver's side there was this giant ass dent behind the driver's door. Well, right before we left, she got the windshield fixed and she got that dent pulled out. So it was, like, you could still see a little bit of a dent, but it wasn't that noticeable. There's a guy that shows up. He always parks over in front of our apartments, but he walks across the way to the one bedroom on the other side of the parking lot, which is suspicious in its own right. But he came out. He was drunk as a skunk. Like, he's leaning up on our vehicle just to get into his truck, and he's parked between our car and her car. He starts backing out and slams, I'm talking slams, into the side of her vehicle where she just pulled this dent out. It then floors it, almost hitting another car behind him, and takes off. So the first thing we did when we got home was we checked our vehicle. Everything was fine, but she's got this giant, like, it's like 3 times the size the dent was before in her vehicle. I was like, oh shit.
I like that for them. I think that's good. It's very fitting.
So karma. Like, literally a week after she got the dent pulled out, this dude just fucking rams it. Completely missing our car. I was like, that's so beautiful. Ah, good stuff. I love when shitty things happen to shitty people.
It is nice.
But since he's been locked up and the guy on the other side of us has been locked up, it's been so quiet. We used to have cops out here at least once a week for something, and now it's quiet. And I gotta go to court in June or July for the charges I have against them.
Nice.
So I fully plan on, I was like, I just want the no contact order to stay in place. I don't want him anywhere near us. Then I'm going to take it over to the office manager and be like, look, enforce this. If he keeps coming back out here, like, I'm going to consider it a threat to my safety, my family safety, and then you'll have to deal with that.
Yep.
The other guy, I didn't really, like, he wasn't the problem. It's the woman that's the problem. I think he was on drugs too, but he was like the complete opposite, where he was just kind of like existing in the world, where the other one was just violent. So they were like the polar opposites, but
I mean,
yeah,
you have to be excited at the potential of getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah, 100%. That's what we've already discussed it with her.
Yeah.
Her promotion, she's going to be making enough that we can start putting away to get a place. Our first goal is to get a second vehicle, which is probably going to be a fucking Durango now, because she fell in love with it too.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate one of those.
Dude, it was such a smooth ride. Like,
yeah.
And the sound system in it was actually, yeah, I was jamming out before, because, so I went, picked it up, we loaded everything into the car, all the suitcases and everything, and then we went up to Enterprise, picked it up, switched everything over, and then she drove the car back here, parked it, and I picked her up and we hit it out. So from the time we left Enterprise till the time I got back here, I was just jamming out. She's home. I'll be right back. I'm back.
Hey.
So I kept, like, before we went down the first time, I saw that the fire department down there posted that they sell t-shirts. So this is now our third time going down there, and this is my third time trying to get a t-shirt from the fire department. Every time I've gone multiple times each trip to the fire stations and like rung the bells and knocked on the doors, and never has anyone answered. So the third try of stopping this time, they were out, like they were getting ready to transfer stations, the trucks to a different station. So they were all out there like loading up the trucks and everything. And I walked up and I was like, hey, quick question. The guy, he kind of reminded me of the firefighter off of TikTok, the bald one. I don't know if you've seen him or not, but he was like, yeah, what can I help you with? I was like, I was just wondering if you guys sell t-shirts. And he's like, yeah, come on in. And then one of the other firefighters leaned over and said something in his ear. And he's like, actually, do you know where our other station's at? And I was like, it's been like 4 years since I've been down here. And he's, oh yeah, no problem. And he told me the address and everything. He's like, you head over there. There should be someone over there today. He said, so head on over there. They can get you one, no problem. I'm like, all right, cool. So we end up detouring, going over to station one. I go over, I look in the main entrance. I see no one, so they have a little doorbell there. It's like, hold down for 5 seconds. So I did. Looked in, no one ever come to the door, but like I walked around to the side where the bays were, and half of them were empty. I was like, they might be out on a call. I was like, well, I'll come back later. So we go do our thing for the day and ride back by there. And I saw that most of the trucks that were at the other station are now at this station. So I go back up to the door, ring the bell, don't see anyone. So I go look around, like see if there's anyone outside. Didn't see anyone. So I walk back to the door to check one last time. There's a guy standing there waving his arms at me. So I'll check the door. It was open. Go in. And I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't see you because of the glare. He's like, it's all good. What can I help you with? And I was like, I was sent over here by Station 2 to pick up to get a t-shirt. He said, you guys have them for sale? Oh, yeah. What size do you need? And he goes, by the way, we only do cash. I was like, do you know where the nearest ATM is? He goes, it's on the other side of the parkway. All right, fuck. All right. I'll be back. And pulled money out, went back. He's like, we either have a size bigger or a size smaller. We don't have your size. But he's like, which one would you want, either of the other ones? And I was like, I think I can make the smaller one work. I was going to get it. He goes, all right, let me go get you change. Homeboy was back there for 15 minutes. I was like, did he have to go across the fucking parkway to get change at the bank too? Like, what the hell's taking him so long? So when he comes back out, I see the guy that I was talking to, and all the firefighters were at Station 2. They're sitting right on the other side of the door, and they're waving at me. And he comes out. He goes, "We actually found one your size. Here you go."
Okay.
I was like, I think when he went back there, they saw it was me, and he knew he had sent me from the other station where they actually had my size. And he felt so bad that they all went looking for it because they were all the same ones that were at the other station. So that's probably what took them so long. They were digging until they found one. Cool guys. The other Sevierville Fire Department. These fire stations, like I've been in ours around here, and they're like old buildings, and they don't really have much to look at in them. It's basically just a glorified garage with offices. These departments down there were like nice. Like, so the Sevierville one had, like, when you first walked in, it's like a mini museum there. They even have a spot where they parked like their antique fire truck on display, and they have like stuff from throughout the years in display cases to go down the wall. And like, I asked him about t-shirts, and he took me over, and they have like this big display case that have like the design, like they have the shirts laid out so you can see the designs and the colors they have and all. I was like, damn. And then the Pigeon Forge one, when you walk in, like there's a window where you can talk, but they have like this massive TV that has a map of the parkway, and then it's like popping up fire news stories throughout from all across the nation, and they have like these antique like toy fire trucks on display. I was like, this is nice. This is nice. Don't get that around here. And I got to pet the Dalmatian at the Sevierville one because I walked up. They were sitting outside, and I walked up, and I was like, "Hey, do you guys got any fire trucks? Yeah, shirts for sale." And the Dalmatian was laying out, and he poked his head up and walked over to me. And just come over, and I was just petting them while they were like, "Yeah, you gotta meet us around front, though." I'll just stay here and I'll just play with the Dalmatian all day. But hell, like you go anywhere, you're gonna pay like $25 for a T-shirt from somewhere. Like my Harley Davidson shirt I got was $45. It's like, but you're gonna pay $25 for like a souvenir T-shirt, even at like Walmart. These, you know how much I paid for the Pigeon Forge one was $15, and the Severe one was $17. And they're actually going, like, they sell them to help raise money for it's like a kids camp down there. Like we have here, the Delaware State Police does it to raise money for Camp Barnes, which is a summer camp they do every summer for the kids. So they do the same thing down there, and all the T-shirt money goes to, and well, anything you buy from the fire company goes to help support that. It's like, so I'm getting a T-shirt. It's like $10 cheaper than any other souvenir T-shirt. That's actually going to help support a good cause. Yeah, why not? No brainer, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know. I grew up with a fire station that you have to like ring the bell.
That's how it is here, and even there,
like, but it's like a doorbell. So like you go up to the desk and you like ring a doorbell. And then when they redid the fire station in the town I lived in, like you couldn't even enter the lobby without getting buzzed in. So you'd like go into this little like chamber area, and then you hit the button to go in, and then like it's just this door's locked, and then the PA is just like, "Is this an emergency?"
Yeah, that's how it is here.
So I
like,
used to when I worked down at the pond, and I just had a walkie-talkie. I'd have to go to the fire station, pick up my walkie-talkie in the mornings, and they had like, you know, like the old school like ticket windows.
Yeah,
they had someone like that sitting there. So I'd like walk into the foyer and like turn to the right instead of like hitting the button to go inside.
Nah, I'm horrible with names, so don't take any offense to me not
like
remembering
to the
you.
right. I'm like, yeah, I'm PJs. I'm going to the pond. I need the walkie-talkie, and they're like, "1 moment, please," and like roll down the curtain, and then go and get the walkie-talkie, and then slide it underneath into the tray. Like, oh, okay. I didn't realize that we're in such a high crime area.
Yeah, the fire department here, like so they have...
We literally have more horses than people in town.
They have a door, like, so I don't know if it's common up there, but like every fire station here has a fire hall where they host like wedding receptions and stuff like that
No,
as like a secondary money, a secondary income, I guess. Those doors are always locked unless there's something going on. Then they have their main door is like in between all the bays. So you have to park and walk up, and then you have to ring the bell. But if there's no one in the office, it's like right there on the other side of that little lobby, they won't know you're there. So 90% of the time you go up there and ring the bell, you're not going to get anyone. Same with the police. The police station used to be, so you'd go into the lobby, like you could walk into the lobby and there was like a little window, like almost like a doctor's office, where you slide, like they slide open the window, the receptionist, and be like, what can I help you with? Now you have to ring the bell and then get buzzed in, and then you go in and it's like like a ticket, like it's just a glass with a microphone, like a speaker in it, like I don't know, and the little slip, the box underneath that you can slip stuff in. It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. I miss the day where you just walk in, like, hey, this is what I need. It's like, and they did the same thing with the office. So the office out here used to be the door next to the laundry room. You knock on the door, and she'd, like, if she was busy, she'd say, hey, can you come back later? Or, yeah, come on in. Now, to access, so they built this community building that we don't have access to. What's the point of a community building if the community can't use it? So there's like a library in there, there's some computers for like kids to use, but you don't have access to it. It's behind so they have like the little key fobs. Nobody's key fobs work for it, and you can only go in there when they say you can go in there. It's like, I don't think it's how a community building's supposed to work. Anyway, her office is behind that door, behind another locked door. So you can't even like walk in. So there's like a little waiting area if you need to go to the office. You can't even get to that because she has the door locked. And then she has a door to her office which is also locked, which I understand that one. But there's a lobby, a waiting area there that you also have locked that people can't get into. And the only way she will let you in is if she sees you in the window. And the maintenance man, he's like, if she doesn't see you, just tap on the window. I said, you know how stupid that is? They have to go up and knock on a window just for her to come let me in instead of just walking into the office, like into the little waiting area. So it makes no sense. And like even the front half, our key fobs don't work for the back laundry room, and the back half, their key fobs don't work for the front laundry room. So what if our laundry room's down and we have to use the back one? How does that work? So dumb.
Beam technology is not always used for the most practical situations.
All right, well, sir, my dinner's going to be done in like 12 minutes, so I'm going to get out of here.
Oh, okay.
You have yourself a good night. I'll be around next
you
Friday,
as well.
normal time, I believe. So,
All right, you got it.
have a good one.